this house here behind me was once the residence of Martin, known as Martin Farrell's of Foghill. It was a man named Martin Farrell, who was married to a woman named Munnelly, lived here. Now this road on which that we're standing on, commonly referred to as the Foghill Road, it was extended. The old road only came from Carramore as far as Munnelly, where the traces of the end of the old road can be still seen there, where it turns down into Munnelly village. From there, as far as Banagher, at least, I'm not sure whether it went down to Clogher or not. I was told by Mike Kelly of Ballymena that this road was made by the Nealans of Beltra under contract to the Palmers of Castlelakin, and they had the Palmers were paying the Nealans, I think it was £120 to build the road. Now the road was practically completed, and there were still some lumps of stones left on the side of it which weren't scattered here and there, and it was Palmer's wife, I don't know which of their wives now, she decided one evening to come for a spin, so to speak, along the road in her phaeton. So she took the horse and phaeton, driving herself I believe, and drove over along this road for, as it was the wont of ladies at the time, for an evening's outing for herself. But I'm not sure that the horse bolted. I think the horse bolted actually at one stage, somewhere over along here, and one of the wheels of the phaeton went up on a lump of stones on the side of the road. The phaeton was overturned and Mrs. Palmer was killed. Now Palmer, unjustly, or in a fit of pique or whatever, a fit of anger, took exception to this, and he refused to pay the Nealans any money for the making of the road. The Nealans at this stage were owed money to fellows who supplied stones, supplied this and the other, and this had the effect of putting them totally out of business. They disappeared from this part of the country anyway. We don't know where they went, but I was told that this actually bankrupted and destroyed them. They never did any building after this.
Yeah. So they made Boher Boy down at Bucks of the Strand there, didn't they?
That was the Stradboat Road.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know whether they were the main they may have been the main contractors in that, but that was a famine relief work.
Yeah, but I heard they were on it.
They could be. They would probably be
gangermen.
The gangermen are the guys to be looking after it.
Yeah.
I've seen that they had experience in building roads. They probably would be put in charge.
Yeah. And it was one of them, I'd say, that was on this job here.
It was one of them, or the family, whatever brothers. There was more than one. There was more than one in a minute. They were the contractors who took this job from Palmer, and they had expenses to meet. When he didn't pay them the money, they were wiped out.
Yeah. Right. No, this here is a phaeton, type of four-wheeled horse-drawn carriage that this Palmer woman may have used over here.
Well, she may have used a one version of that.
Yeah.
Again, she may have used a two-horse version. Some of these old ladies were handy enough with the reins.
Yeah. And here's a covering for bad weather.
Could be pulled up over them like a
canopy, or I don't know what you call it.
There was like the first old motor car, so
cab.
It was a half cover cab.
Yeah.
In front, you were still exposed in front, but you had cover from the top and the back.
Yeah. That there was a photograph of John Charles Munnelly, who lived in this house in here. He was the second son of John Lee Munnelly, who was the teacher over in Banagher School around the 1890s. Now, this fella here didn't do any particular job, but there we saw him in full IRA battle dress. He was in the volunteers around 1919-1921, and he was much involved in the War of Independence. He was on the run from the Tans. He was hiding and sleeping out, and I believe he got into bad health because of this. Martin Breslin over there told me that he was in the Breslin Brigade. He was supposed to be the captain of the North Mayo Brigade at the time. He was in it at anyway, and he had guns and weapons here, and he was much sought after by the Tans. He got into bad health, and it was because of him, I think, that Big Tom Collins down in Foghill there got a beating from the Tans in the spring of 1921, when they came down here, 3 truckloads of them looking for this fella in here, Munnelly. However, he died from an operation in his nose in Dublin, and he is buried in Rathfran Cemetery. Picture of John Charles Munnelly. and he's buried here in Farrell Cemetery. There's the tombstone smashed down by the wind. It reads, Lord have mercy on the soul of Kate Munnelly, who died the 24th of February 1911, aged 50 years, R.I.P., and on the soul of Don Charles Munnelly, who died 9th of February 1924, aged 26 years, and on her husband John Munnelly, who died on the 24th of February 1932, aged 72. Now that's the tomb of the McCormicks, and over here is, beside the Kelly tomb, is the tomb of John Charles Munnelly and the Munnellys. There we see this has been knocked down by the wind. I was just able to read the inscription. He was born in 1898 and he died in 1924. Much sought after by the Tans. Maybe he was involved in the Michael Gilroy brigade, I don't know. Big Tom Collins and his aunt. That's the Ford. See the little finger broken. Now, he was born in Foghill around 1892. He was a stepbrother of Mike Collins the carpenter. He joined the Dublin Metropolitan Police, but left after a short time. Around 1914, the year of the First World War, he went to the USA, but he was back again in Ireland by 1917 or 1918. Now, from 1919 until 1921, the War of Independence was on here in Ireland. Now, this man was known as Big Tom Collins, as there was another Tom Collins in the same village, and he was known as Tom Jimmy. There were people in the IRA movement around here, such as George Munnelly, Tom Moden, John Charles Munnelly, Mickey Lynn, Pat Brown, and others. Tom Jimmy was in it also. He was known as Tom Collins too. The Tans came to the village of Foghill in the spring, I think, searching for the IRA members. They were led, I am told, by Captain White. They talked to Big Tom Collins and made some inquiries about certain members they suspected were in the IRA movement, and they got a lot of negative answers from him. They came back later and they smashed in the door where he lived. They dragged him outside and threatened to shoot him. He was a stubborn man and would not go up against the wall for them. So they hit him with whips. A cat o' nine tails, I am told, was mentioned or was used. Now, he received terrible abuse and he got his little finger broken on the right hand. After that, they left, firing shots here and there through the village. Big Tom had not been a member of the IRA. The men the Tans were looking for were over a dance in Carramore School the same night. He never received an IRA pension, I am told, either. He died on the 28th of November 1975 and is interred in Farrell Cemetery, just inside the main gate. He had a brother, Johnny Collins, in the police force, in our own police force, and he served in Cabra in Dublin. Now, this is John O'Malley talking about the event of Foghill. John is an old man, around 90 years, or 86, 87, around the 90, and he remembers it, he says, when it happened, kindly, or vaguely, I should say. Something about Big Tom Collins.
Oh, sure. All I know about him. He was a good decent man here, and
But he lived up the road here, didn't he?
he lived about how far too.
Yeah.
That's where he lived.
A big man, wasn't
Oh, big man. So 6 foot.
he? He was, I believe. Did you ever hear about the morning the Tans came here?
I did.
Yeah.
They took him out on the road and back in the farm.
Did they?
I did.
In the early hours of the morning?
But they really over to the farm.
You remember it?
I do.
You were here?
I was here.
Oh. Who were they searching for?
For George Munnelly.
George?
Yeah.
Had
No,
you...
but for
Charlie Munnelly?
Kerala Munnelly.
Ah, yeah.
Kerala.
Yeah. Well, was there any bones broken or was he cut up for?
Well, there was cuts on it.
Was there?
There was.
Where? Around the face?
Around the face.
Did they break it?
Oh, sure, they didn't have to put his clothes at all on.
Did they not?
No.
Did they break any of his ribs?
Oh, no, I think. No, there was no, but he was marked all over.
Was it?
He was.
What did they hit him with?
With some sort of big foot.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was he able to lie down and walk around?
Oh, he suffered a couple of days after.
Did he?
He did.
Did he do any work for a couple of
He
days?
didn't. He didn't.
Yeah, for a long time. Yeah. And was he in diarrhea himself?
No.
He wasn't. Had nothing at all to do with him?
Nothing in the world.
Yeah. They just picked on him?
Picked on.
Yeah. Did they burn the house or anything, no?
No, no. Oh, we got that.
Did they burn any thatched house in the village?
No.
No. So, they didn't get...
That was all. Now they're done. That damage there for the village.
You don't remember...
But there were fire shots here and there for the village.
Was there?
There was.
They didn't shoot anything?
No.
Was there many of them out?
Oh, there was 2 or 3 big
Took-
lads.
Was there?
There was.
Took loads.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was in what year? 1920, 1921?
Must be 21.
Was it? Was it winter time or summertime?
Well, winter time.
Was it?
It was. Winter time. Well,
Oh.
springtime.
Yeah. You don't remember which month?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, do you know much about this Munnelly that was at the top of the road there?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. Well,
Did you?
I did.
In relation to yours, Tommy, what's that?
Who?
Big Tom Collins.
Well,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I looked for sure.
Have you any photographs around here? Mrs. Hines. Yeah. Do you know where he's buried in the farm? When you go in the gate, which direction do you go?
The old
Oh, the old gate below?
the first one you meet.
Yeah,
First one you meet.
yeah.
He's on the right, and it's river. The 2 of them together.
Ah, I see.
Tom Collins and John Collins.
And John Collins, yeah.
John Collins.
Was he the only big man in the Collins? Because there was some, I think, were others.
The brother was big.
Was he?
And then he was a chef, he was a chef for the, she was a big no.
Was she? Yeah. Now, would he be the carpenter Collins or the black?
He was.
The carpenter Collins. Ah, yeah. A friend of Mike down here.
He was a chef for the boys.
Of Mike. Ah, yeah. Yeah. And he lived in with the house where you were up there. Was it slated or thatched that time? Thatched. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. He was never married or anything, no? Yeah. You never heard him talking about that flaking he got from the hands of him?
I want to ask him
Yeah. He didn't say much about it, no?
not a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was information or nothing, but he wouldn't give it to them, and that's why.
I believe he was a kind of a stubborn man. He wouldn't part with, you know.
Well, he was right in a way.
He was.
He was.
They didn't get what they were looking for.
Oh, no.
No.
That last man there was Tommy Farrell of Foghill, his nephew, who now lives in his house, but it has a slated roof now.